All right, you guys, this little mare right here, I've really dropped the ball. She came in and, hold on, Jess, let me show them. She is Cudd Quarter Horse branded. I reached out to Cudd Quarter Horses. Their horses that they sell at their sell as 2 and 3 year olds average around 20, like $15,000 to $20,000. They said they would be more than happy to help find the registration papers to her. The mare is supposed to be 9 years old this year. After sending them pictures of her, they sent me back a couple of horses and they looked really, really, really close, but one back leg marking or something might not be the same. So they raise hundreds of colts is the problem. They said that they've had a bunch of them that look like this, and they're mostly all from their reining cow horse program, their reined cow horse program, and they have a group of older highbrow hickory and highbrow cat daughters. And like really fantastic bred. You can send in a DNA marker. I have all of the text messages between Cudd Ranch and I. They will be more than happy to try to help you track down the registration to her because we're at a loss. But it doesn't mean that obviously she carries their brand. It's a very unique brand. They do know that she is from their program. She is Rubicano. She has a coon tail and she does have the white, super white flanks. As she sheds, they're going to get whiter. Now, the note that we received said that basically she's been playdate on a little bit, but that she's dead broke, bomb proof, broke for the trails. What we think that the story and what we received are the same. So we don't have any discrepancies. Like it said they bought her out of the Cudd cell as like a 3-year-old for a lot of money. The wife and husband had kind of gotten into horses. They went to that cell and purchased her. She was phenomenally broke and they basically trail rode. She had been healed off of a little bit and that she was basically gentle for anybody, woman, child, whatever. She's 9 years old this year. Go ahead, Jess. You found her good spot. She is phenomenal, honestly, you guys. She really doesn't have a bad bone in her body. She was a little bit thinner when she came in. We've been feeding her up, and we have not ridden her probably in, a month and a half? It's been 2 months. Longer, yeah, it's probably been 2 months. We were kind of waiting. I dropped the ball. I've gotten on the UC Davis website a couple times to do the DNA marker, and it just kept saying that they were like behind, and I kept thinking, oh, I'll get on there next week, and I just honestly, I have completely dropped it. So Jacob just told me, advertiser, let whoever buys her figure out her bloodlines, go on. So it's not that we didn't find, we haven't done it. Now, we do know that she has walk, trot, canter. She's been played. The wife said that she had shown at some of the like local little like ranch horse classes. The mare is actually really, really gentle. Pretty much suitable for a beginner. Like the wife was a real beginner. They bought her at 3 years old. And even at 3, she was a nice enough horse that the wife, who was a complete beginner, could ride her. And again, they said she's been played on a little bit. The wife did some local stuff. No mare tendencies at all. I've never known her to be Mary at all. Have you, Marish? She's been here 2 months. And we rode her when she very first came in and had so much, like I bet I had 20 phone calls on her. And the problem is we were just going to figure out who she was. I've completely dropped the ball. But again, she had been started in a reined cow horse program at the Cudd Ranch. She was purchased out of their program as a 3 coming 4-year-old. She was ridden by beginners. They've trail ridden, done some local like ranch horse. I think that said the wife had shown at some of the local like ranch horse classes for fun. She has been to some play days. I don't think she's a finished barrel horse by that standard, but like, you know, you could take her if you wanted to do all the events. She's broke enough. But what they did say is if you were looking for a horse to show in the ranch pleasure classes, if you were looking for something for a beginner, if you were just an older lady that wants a completely bomb-proof friend, she's a nice mare. Nice, Jess. Good job picking up the lead. Good job, Jess. Honestly. Yeah, good job, babe. That's awesome. Fantastic. She is not witchy at all. She is not a witchy mare by anybody's standards. And she's just really got a, I mean, this is a mare that's been out in my pasture for 2 months, and we've just been basically, nice. Yeah, that was nice. Yes, she would be elderly safe for sure. If you're 65, 75, 80 years old and you're needing something that you can leave in the pasture all winter for 2 months, feed it sweet feed, not touch it, and you saddle it for the first time in 2 months and this is what you have, this is a mare for you. Jess and I will both put our name on the fact that this mare's not been touched in 2 months. No, she has no bullshit to her, you guys. And I kind of kept her because the truth is she brought like $15,000 or $16,000 at the Cudd sale as a 3-year-old. And I really thought, you know what, I'll get the papers to her and I'll catalog her to Billings, or I'll catalog her to Bowie or somewhere like that. You know, like this mare could potentially turn around and bring 12 or 15,000 if we had her in a slinky up in the barn fat, you know, put her on Biomane. And here in 30 days, this year she's 9. We were told she's turning 9. All right, Jess, will you make me some circles to the right, please? She's priced, of course, we have a 20% off sale this week, so she is going to be on the website here in just a minute. Again, she has not been ridden in 2 months, so you see what we see. She's just a really good little mare. Jess has been kind of practicing a little bit on other horses. She's getting better about picking up the correct leads and stuff. And what I love, and I do love, because she wants to be pretty automatic on her leads. Like, she really helps Jess in the lope. Like, this little mare wants to be low-headed, beautiful mover. She's been ridden in the ranch pleasure classes, shown ranch pleasure or whatever, kind of by a novice type beginner adult. I just don't have enough good things to say about her. Even if you rode English, I think maybe you were outside leg, Jess. Baker, go on with her. You lost your shoe? Do you have on like slip-ons? Nice. Okay, go ahead. All right, Jess has on slip-on shoes. So she's trying to get her to lope and stop, and that was super cute. I think that's super cute, actually, because it's like she just picked up the lead and hopped into it. Go ahead, push her on. This mare is like just the cutest mare in the whole world to me. Like, that is such like a, I don't know, like any of you guys that have ever shown, and you know when you're working on leads and you're like bouncing your leg and you're just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, I love that she's like, nice canter, Jess, good job. Outside leg, not inside leg with her. And Jess kind of bounces her leg, and she just kind of bounces into that lope. Like, she's like, oh, geez. And I just love it because she doesn't have any malicious bone, and there's no like bucky buck to her. Like, I really like this mare, and I love that she's really a good girl. And I just know that she's something that people have shown. And so she's really gonna tune up to be a fantastic animal. And I think if she's set for 2 months, and Jess is genuinely just a little bit hard in the lope when she goes to pick up leads. She gets a little like her legs bounce, and I can tell that this mare's a little frustrated. But I love that for you guys too, because you can see that was not a buck, Diane. If that's a buck to you, you don't need to own a horse. Like, that was when the mare picked up the lead in the back end. She just did that bounce to catch that lead in the back end, mostly because Jess is leaning forward and got her feet further back and is just not in a good spot. It's not a Jess, come this way. Jess gets a little frustrated. She does need to do some figure eights. There you go. Go back to turning that barrel. Go back over there. And there you go. Now get your feet in front of you. It doesn't help when you keep letting your legs get behind you and then you balance on their face. That's not a reflection of the mare. And this is why I tell people all the time, it's the best thing I can do is show people when, Jess, that doesn't help anything, babe. Yep. Let me have her. She said, oh, I don't know about your saddle, but let me have her. All right, you guys, we will be back.